Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday. Hope you're ready for some weird conspiracies, because I certainly have some today. Oh boy! So, how's everyone doing? Hope your Tuesday's going well. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor and like the stream. I'd appreciate it. Just hit the thumbs up. Helps new people find the stream, which is always nice. If you want to help support the stream, you guys know you can do memberships, super chats, subscriptions on Twitch, bits, whatever. You guys know the drill. And yeah, I think that's it. So I think we can just get into it. Let me see if I missed anything in chat. Hey Nemesaur, hello Mr. Blast, Phoenix2250, Terradona, Freyline, Sekhmet, Brain Squid, Janerdy, Zrinty, German Cow JJ, Zytam, and everyone else that I missed. Hope you're doing well. Let's jump into it. Do I want to start with the period thing? I think I'm going to wait for more people to get here because it's so bizarre. We'll start with a classic. Of course we have more Bob. Bob the Exorcist. Let's get into it. Someone says, since you were discussing French justice yesterday, I'd highly recommend Anatomy of a Fall. It's from the perspective of a woman accused of murder after her husband dies in an accident. Okay. Jezebel should probably be a bingo space, but it would basically be a free space anytime we covered Bob. Does Bob get gay periods? Jezebel gives them to him as punishment.
What's your first name?
My name is Cheyenne.
First Nations?
Yes.
How old are you?
19.
Are you a Christian?
Recently.
What made you sense that you had evil spirits?
I had spent about...
Radiology says, found a great historic map for Tartaria commentary. It amazingly disappears from historic maps made by people living near the area. I bet. That's actually pretty funny. I will save that. Thank you. Oops. Yep, conspiracy. Cool.
4 years in drug addiction.
Unstable Deadbeat, thanks for a 5-stream streak, says, have to leave to head to work in about 45 minutes, but I'm glad I could be here for at least a bit of the stream. Tinfoil's my favorite. I think it's probably my favorite, too.
Just constant oppression. My thoughts aren't even my own. It's like I got this evil thing following me everywhere. It's in this room right now.
We're gonna do everything we can to get you...
Oh my god, he's trying not to laugh. I think this guy might be fucking with Bob, because he talks about, like, a demon coming into him the first time he took a toke of marijuana. So he might be fucking with Bob, which I would appreciate. Caesar Bishop with a 7-stream streak says, love me sexy. Again, another semi-pro reference.
You're free tonight, but your hope is Christ. Christ is your answer. It is the power of Christ. I'm an instrument. These people are going to help me as instruments, but we don't have the power. Jesus has.
Honestly, it would probably be a pretty fun day on a weekend with some friends to get really high and go to one of Bob's exorcism parties. I think that would probably be a good time.
Power. Right. You got to know that. Now, look at me. Say in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus.
I go back to the root.
I go back to the root.
Whatever curse.
Whatever curse.
Whatever evil.
Whatever evil.
Of my ancestors.
My ancestors. By the blood of Jesus.
I'm a child of God.
I'm a child of God.
I can be free now.
I can be free now.
I like this guy. Don't you give him my hand. Come on. I put the blood between you and me.
Good call.
Good call.
Good call.
You're really doing this for this kid, eh? There's no way I'm letting him go. Soon as he took that first hit, he was mine.
As soon as he took the first hit, he was mine. Wow. Guess demons don't like me. I've taken a few hits in my time. Still haven't been invaded by a demon. Just crippling mental illness. Is Bob chilling and scamming? I would say the whole thing's a scam, so yeah, we can mark that off. That does mean that'll be pretty much every time we cover Bob, but still.
Didn't catch your name.
His name is Danny.
Why the human name Danny?
It's who he associates me with.
I divide soul and spirit, I divide the demonic from the human. Somehow
Who says a demon can't be named Danny? That's so specious of him.
you got into this man's soul, and I want to know how.
It's through the drugs.
Well, what happened to you to get you on drugs? The truth, Danny.
My father abused me.
Physically or sexually? Both. Danny, I'm going to help you.
I'm like 80% sure this kid is fucking with Bob, and his friends are also in the audience trying not to laugh.
I want you to say, I, Danny,
I, Daddy,
ask God's forgiveness
ask God's forgiveness
for taking my evil
for taking my evil
and putting it on Cheyenne.
and putting it on Cheyenne.
Take me to your peace, God.
Take me to your peace, God.
Now, before you go, Danny, with the sword of the Spirit, I cut you off from your demons. Your demons stay here with Cheyenne. Now, if you were in our school of
We zoomed out into an ad? This is not classy, Bob. This is very not classy. Jesse Oak Rise, thanks for 13 months of membership on YouTube, says, looking great today, Hannah. Is it Witch today? Also 13 months. I don't have any reloaded kids yet. Okay, I'll give you one then if you want to sub, baby. Manila Escalade is the name of the baby. Manila Escalade.
Exorcism, you would know exactly what I just...
Oh, also it's not Witch today, it's Tinfoil, which is why I'm wearing the jacket. I need to go to a costume store, like Party City. They might be bankrupt now, I don't know. I need to go somewhere and get more tinfoil stuff, because my tinfoil outfit has fallen apart over time as I've lost horns and stuff. So.
did. It's the only place you'll ever get teaching on this. I have a term I've coined called a dissociated soul transference. It's essentially the absorption through a soul tie of a part of another person into the mind. And so this Danny, soul bonded with him, made that connection that then stayed inside and brought his demons with him. Now, Cheyenne, you've renounced the sins of your ancestors. I want you to say, in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus,
I renounce.
I renounce
Danny's demons.
Danny's demons.
He whom God judges, get up and face me.
What do you want?
Your name. Answer me! I command by Christ. I smite you with the judgment of God. I call on the angels of the Lord to strike you again and again until you obey.
Agamemnon.
Agamemnon.
The demon's name is Agamemnon?
How'd you get here?
His girlfriend.
Ah,
How about that shiny kimono you were gifted? I'd be too warm today to wear it. I do have it and I wear it sometimes, but I decided not to today because I'd be way too warm.
girlfriend, of course. Jezebel. Do you have any more legal authority? Do not lie to the Spirit of God. Do you have legal authority?
Yes.
What?
Through his thoughts.
No, that's not legal authority. That's torment and that's a stronghold, but it's not
Wow,
legal
another ad. Is he just like desperate? Why is he putting so many ads in these?
authority.
Ashley with a link says new tinfoil costume. I actually was sent one by Toreador. That's right here. It's literally the same costume that you just sent that. I haven't tried it on yet. I gotta try it on to see if it fits. And then it can get added to the rotation if it does. There's also a pink lady's costume from Greece.
You don't have any legal authority. And you're going to do what I tell you to do, and you're going to say what I tell you to say. Say, I, Agamemnon,
I, Agamemnon,
bind myself
bind myself
to Jezebel,
to Jezebel,
perversion,
perversion,
witchcraft,
witchcraft,
and all my kingdom.
and all of my kingdom.
We receive
We receive
the judgment
the judgment
of Almighty God.
of Almighty God.
Say, we all.
We all
Keep your eyes open and look at me. Go.
What does he mean by legal authority? How could a demon have legal authority? Yeah, he uses legal all the time. I don't exactly know what he means. I guess he means, like, by the laws of God or something? I'm not exactly sure, but that's my interpretation. Like, spiritual law, if such a thing existed. It doesn't, but he at least pretends to believe it does.
Go!
Go.
Now!
Now.
To
To
the
the
get up. Sick pit. Pit. Come on! Tell this thing where to go. Come on, tell this thing where to go. Go!
He looks like he's about to go Super Saiyan.
I anoint you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, with the peace of God, the presence of Christ, the comfort of the Holy Spirit, the filling of every part of you with this evil spirit.
I still can't believe people fall for this.
What do you feel that the Lord did for you tonight?
Well, he definitely loosened the grips of the enemy on me tonight. I feel like I can carry on and, take on the enemy rather than, playing the victim as I was before,
And what was it like before?
Bone crushingly. Yeah. All
It's
the
crushing.
time. Yeah, all the time. I had tears in my eyes just for having to deal with this on my own.
He is so full of shit. I love this kid.
Through the Lord, working through Bob Larson.
Anything for the bit.
I can take it on now.
The most frequent demon that I deal with is the spirit of Jezebel.
Oh my god, he admitted it!
The most prevalent evil spirit of our age. This demon wants to destroy your health, your finances, your marriage, your family, and your church. Learn the tactics of Jezebel throughout history and in the time in which we live. My book, Jezebel, Defeating Your #1 Spiritual Enemy, is your key to overcoming this demon, which is more prevalent than at any time in human history. Get
Jezebel, so hot right now.
your copy today. Jezebel, Defeating Your #1 Spiritual Enemy.
And then there's another ad for his, like, I think his spiritual university or whatever to teach you to be an exorcist, but who cares? We'll move on. Okay, let's do the period conspiracy. I don't really know what to do with this. So this is a woman named Queen Inanna. That's the name of her channel. And she is primarily a transvestigator. She's very weird and likes to show her body off. No problem with that. That's her right. But she seems to have a weird thing where she likes to make herself feel better by claiming, like, most other women are secretly trans or something. She very much has an audience that builds her up and her body and compliments her body all the time. While she denigrates others. So, it's not great. But this is a video I found on her channel that is just bizarre, so let's check it out.
Menstruation is a disease. I get a lot of crap from people, even people in the so-called truther community, for saying that. You'd think that people in the truther community especially would be able to accept that they were lied to and look at the information presented with an open mind, but that's just unfortunately not the case. Anyways, I wanted to share some information with you, starting with this quote by Dr. Herbert Blackschlerger in his book, hide. The agenda of our society is to destroy free will, that as soon as pupils leave school, they will be incapable throughout their years of thinking or acting otherwise as
Did she not take biology in high school, human anatomy? She's saying that that's a psyop. She's saying they're lying to you.
their schoolmasters would have
Who starts a video like that? I just sat down.
wished. In today's period of so-called freedom, more people are living under physical, tranquilized, and lobotomized slavery than ever before in
PSYOP on the bingo card? Sure, let's get it real quick. Lady Ann, thanks for a 7-stream streak, says, breaking with usual tradition, that is the etymology of diseased. Shocked. Where is PSYOP? There it is.
history. There's an article called Menstruation is Not a Natural Occurrence, and I will leave a link below if you want to read the whole thing.
I kind of want to. Is it still around? She posted this video years ago now. Ah, damn it. No.
But there have been a large number of cases recorded in medical literature of women living to old age without menstruating once.
Right, that can happen, but that's not the norm. That's the deviation. Some people have medical reasons that they might not menstruate. That doesn't mean that that's the norm. It's not. It's a requirement in, like, human reproduction. It's not just a random thing. It's part of the human reproductive cycle.
And have raised large families. This disproves the idea that menstruation is necessary for health or bearing children.
Yeah, I don't think you're correct on that. I don't know stories about people, maybe they just have really light periods and they don't realize they're having it. I have no idea. Maybe you're making this up. I do not know. But to say that that periods are somehow a disease is just not how human biology works.
Dr. Power writes in his Essays on the Female Economy.
This is a popular theory among pro-Anna crowds, unfortunately. Oh, that sucks.
Were women living in a state of nature, there is no reason but that this discharge might be unknown.
I wonder how old that paper was that she's citing.
Havelock Ellis in his
What is anorexia?
Man and Woman quotes one author who claims that under natural conditions of living, a healthy woman will never menstruate. Wild animals in nature do not go through that process, but when domesticated and overfed, and as a result,
What are you talking about? Of course, what?
are over.
Is it because she doesn't see animals outside menstruating? Like, she assumes that it doesn't happen?
Stimulated sexually, sounds like Americans, doesn't it? Will menstruate at regular periods. The studies of all of these doctors concur with their studies on the effect of a low-protein, meatless diet in reducing and abolishing the menstrual hemorrhages. Menstruation is a loss of female sex hormones, which are the source of female beauty, youth, health.
Ma'am, it's replacing your uterine lining. The uterine lining, which needs to have like nutrients to have an implanted egg like stick to it. So you every month have to get rid of the old lining so it refreshes itself, basically. You're not you're not bleeding out all your hormones. What are you talking about?
Health and longevity.
Yeah, this is not how women work on the bingo card. This is not how women work. Okay. Oh, we're on a hype train. If you want to help out the hype train, use subs or bits.
With chastity in play, the loss of sex hormone is secure as on the male. The sex hormone is used for other greater accomplishments to occur, such as inventions, ideas, mathematical wonders, and magica.
What? You think if you keep your menstrual blood and you don't bleed it, you can do magic with your blood in you?
With a low-protein, meatless diet, your mind is lighter, your thoughts are clear, your sight is greater, the senses are much stronger. The fountain of youth is within you, and this is called the golden oil.
I don't want the golden oil inside of me. We canceled Pissmas. Bumble Homestead, thanks for gifting a sub.
Secret of female regeneration is to avoid the loss of female sex hormones through genital mucus, discharges, or hemorrhages.
Oh, you can't even have discharge these days? This is bullshit. Sweet Lily Love, thanks for gifting a sub.
Not by drinking your menstrual blood, you sick freaks.
I would agree that you shouldn't drink your menstrual blood. At least we're on the same page there. Caesar Bishop, thanks for gifting a sub. Did we find a new replacement for Pissmas? It says fake Lucifer, the Satanist drinking menstrual blood. Drinking menstrual blood is a practice of Satanists, reptilians, and vampires. Oh, that's 3 spaces on the bingo card. Let's get Satanists, reptilians, and vampires. Anonymous, thanks for gifting a sub. Satanic, reptilian, and what was the last one? I already forgot. Vampires! I can't believe we got vampires on the bingo card. That's a rare one. I think if you're a vampire, there's better sources of blood than your period blood. At least I'd think. Green Guy with a $3 tip says, I just sat down. I was cooking. I love that I can make my food sweeter with tree blood. Do we need to talk about blood right now? Did someone say incorrect word origin earlier? No, what for?
The masters of years past, such as Pythagorean, advocated continence as a practice.
Do you mean Pythagoras? There's the Pythagorean theorem, but his name was Pythagoras. Pythagorean is a description of, like, something that's his, I guess.
Of utmost physiological value, both to body and brain. For he considered the semen as the flower of the purest blood.
Can we not talk about cum?
Menstruation loss in women is the same in value as semen loss in the male.
Oh, so she's anti-male masturbation, too. That's a shame.
Pythagorean taught that there was a direct connection between the semen and the brain, and that loss of semen weakens the brain, while its conservation improves the nutrition in the brain.
You know, just because he did the cool thing with triangles doesn't mean he's right about everything. Gonna say he's wrong about cum brain.
You hear that, ladies? The patriarchal society that we live in has trained you to want to bleed, to think that it's healthy, to think that it's normal.
I don't know if virtually anyone is like, oh boy, my period, but like it's a thing that happens. Some people take birth control specifically to control like their periods and stuff. Some people get IUDs, but like by and large, people be having periods. It's not a big deal.
And it is literally weakening your brain. It is a dis-ease in the fact that it is putting you not at ease. Bleeding is not comfortable at all.
A lot of things in life are not comfortable. Correct. Do you think because your body does something uncomfortable that you don't like, it means it's not it's not supposed to do it? That's not how life works. A lot of things that your body does suck and is uncomfortable. Like, what are you talking about? Let's get... What was it on the bingo card? Ancient wisdom. That counts.
These people have been, like, programmed to hold on to their menstruation. Like, if we don't bleed, we're not women. It's like, yeah, you are. Do you know there's this book called African Holistic?
The etymology of disease is a lack of ease. So that's not incorrect word etymology. That's correct. Nemesaur, thanks for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much.
Health by Layla Africa, and she talks about the differences between people of African descent and European descent. But in this book, it also talks about how the raw vegan African women do not have menstruation, and when they do have this bleeding thing, it is treated as a disease.
That might be a malnutrition thing, to be honest with you. Stone Corbell, thanks for gifting a sub.
They go
Because when you're malnourished, your periods can stop.
to the doctor and say, hey, I'm bleeding. And the doctor treats them for a dis-ease. In the Bible, it talks about how
The Wolfie, thanks for the 100
women
bits.
should be separated and all of this stuff. So I found that that was very interesting that...
Yeah, the Bible talks about women having periods. So, it's clearly not a modern thing. How does she justify this belief?
The African tribes...
And I'm sure there's plenty of other old ancient texts that talk about periods at one point or another.
Well, some of the African tribes had the same tradition of removing the woman...
Is this semen retention for women? Yeah, it's just... Oh, no. Maybe she's just getting paid by Big Toxic Shock. Maybe they're trying to get her to spread information so everyone gets toxic shock syndrome. Just cork it up. Keep it all in there. Stone Corbell, thanks for 100 bits. 98% to level 4.
The normal area while she was in this state of dis-ease. There are also different blogs and other information about...
You found the book. Let me take a look. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. It's getting a reboot. African Holistic Health. Okay. African Holistic Health addresses health issues from a comprehensive African-centered viewpoint. It provides a complete guide to herbal remedies along with homeopathic disease treatments. Oh, it's one of those. Oh, Jesse Courteous, thanks for gifting 10 memberships on YouTube. Much appreciated. It provides a complete guide to herbal remedies along with homeopathic disease treatments. What makes African Holistic Health truly unique is the research Dr. Africa. He calls himself Dr. Africa? You can't just name yourself after a whole ass continent. What are you doing? Overthought with 75 bits says, can't wait for her follow-up on how everybody poops is child indoctrination and that we need to have Hank Hill's colon to unlock our 7th chakra or whatever. Baha says, since this is my wheelhouse, she's a developmental geneticist that includes human reproduction stuff. I'm going to clarify. First, I've heard this argument so much. Second, almost all animals go through estrus, not menstruation. The key difference is in estrus, the uterine lining is resorbed instead of shed. Humans are very weird because we menstruate. Also, estrogen and progesterone are the lowest during menses, but not because of what she's saying. Yeah, that's just because of the hormonal cycle.
This blog specifically from people...
You're not bleeding out your hormones.
...who were carcass crunchers for the beginning parts of their lives, and they had normal normal periods, and then they transitioned to a vegan diet and their period stopped or is extremely light. I can testify that before, when I was eating a lot of dairy, primarily cheeseburgers and cheese pizza and just cheese, I just loved cheese. But
can't say anything. Shiny Nix 86, thanks for 26 months.
I would get a lot of cramping issues in painful periods, and now my periods aren't painful at all, and I barely bleed, and my period is very short.
But you're still having one. So you have a disease, according to you? That doesn't seem like a healthy way to look at your own body's functions.
I still eat some processed foods, so I know I'm still getting some junk in my diet, but I am working on it. There is so much information that has been suppressed from us, but this...
What's a medical astrologist? A bullshit artist. That was a response, by the way, to Nemesaur pointing out that Dr. Africa is a, quote, medical astrologist amongst his other qualifications.
Is the age of information, and I am going to leave...
Is she nude? No, I think she's wearing a tank top.
2 or 3 links below here to get you started on your journey to find more truth about
Yeah,
this.
she's wearing a tank top.
Omni matter ergo logos inanas novan aika. Omni matter ergo logos inanas novan aika. Omni matter ergo logos inanas novan aika.
She did do a video just in her bra, though. That was a video where she was talking about how she thinks all porn stars are secretly trans. And she's just, like, in her bra the whole time. It's very weird. Again, she has this weird thing where she basically, like, seeks out approval about her body from her audience while denigrating other people's bodies. It's really weird. And, like, when you look at her comment sections, it's bizarre. They'll be like, oh, you're a goddess, you're a real woman. Like, there are so many fake women out there, but you're a real woman. And, like, it's utterly bizarre, the community she's built for herself. It seems entirely centered around her own insecurities and need for approval from outside sources. I don't think it's good for her. Yeah, no, I don't think that's good for her at all. Here's another video she did about Donald Trump. I think she thinks Trump is trans. Minute left on the hype train.
How's it going? Hopefully all is well with you and yours. I am enjoying this beautiful day here in Wairika. I'm on a bridge. Today there was supposed to be a Trump rally at 1, and as you can see, the only one who showed up was me. This morning it was channeled to me that I might face some potential violence because there were supposed to be patriots and motorcycle gang members here to support Trump, and I was coming to tell them the truth about our reality. My chant...
So the voices in your head said there were gonna be people here and you showed up. Great. Thank you for the hype train, everyone.
Was going to be Don Trump's lacking what Michael Obama is packing.
Transvestigation on the bingo card, of course. Let me see. Transvestigation.
Your presidents have all been females. First laddies are their male handlers.
Even back to, like, George Washington? Wow.
And presidents have all been...
Were the wooden teeth gender affirming? Hannah, he didn't use wooden teeth. He actually used dentures made out of his slaves' teeth. I know.
Elected, not elected. They give us the illusion of choice. And many people have been programmed to believe that if you don't support one side, then you support the other. So I came prepared for that. And I put a picture of the other child abuser on the other side. Okay? I don't support...
Which one of these people is in the Epstein files? Oh, not Biden? Okay. Don't make me defend Biden. I really don't want to, but he's not a child molester. Jesus Christ.
Either one of Satan's puppets or any of the politicians that we are ever given to vote from. When you vote, you consent. When you consent to these anti-human deceivers ruling over you, we get a world like we are living in today.
Can we just point out the ridiculousness that she's just on some random overpass shouting into the camera with transvestigation photos?
I know that Trump has fooled so many people, gotten so many people, truthers that knew that presidents were selected, not elected, have actually been deceived to think that Trump somehow weaseled her way into this uncontrolled. It's crazy.
Gray says, I'm so tired of these both sidesing people. Acting like there's not a substantial difference between Republicans and Democrats is an insanely brain-dead take. Agreed. Agreed. The enlightened centrist thing is incredibly frustrating, and it's usually the least informed voters taking that stance, or non-voters. Like, I have plenty of criticisms of the Democratic Party. They're old, they go to bat for corporations, they don't take care of people economically the way that they should, they aren't standing up for working people the way that they should, they're milquetoast, it's not great. But, like, they're better than the alternative. Harm reduction is a thing. I hate to break it to people who like ideological purity. Harm reduction is a thing, and change is usually brought gradually. I don't know what else to tell you.
Trump was
And the Israel support, yeah.
foreshadowed on The
They
Simpsons
need to get Chuck Schumer the fuck out of there.
as president. We all know they like their predictive programming on The Simpsons and on the
Predictive programming on the bingo card. I'm deepening my voice a lot today, I'm sorry. Predictive programming.
Lego movie as president business. Not only that, but Trump is a failed businesswoman who was bailed out of debt by Rothschild, and Trump Tower was funded by Soros. The same hands that have fed Trump, Trump's now pretending to go against, to gain your trust, to give the sheeple a quasi-hero, to make them think that they're winning.
The Rothschilds aren't Jewish. We've been over this.
Sit back, trust the plan, don't do anything, don't form militias, don't try to come and take care of the government, like with your guns. Don't do any of that, just sit back.
Oh no, I'm sorry. They are the one that's Jewish. I was thinking of the other one. Yeah, thinly veiled anti-Semitism. Let me get it real quick. Do 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 do. Boop.
Back and relax, because Trump's doing it all.
Yeah, I was thinking of Rockefeller.
New
Sorry.
World Order Trump card has so many people fooled. It is very sad. But I'm very...
Oh, did she say sheeple? I missed it. Let me go to the bingo card again. Sheeple, sheeple, sheeple. That's an easy one. M. Scheffler with 30 stream streaks says, I'm starting to think these people must be onto something. Hannah defended Jason X, so how can I trust her judgment? Jason X is one of the most entertaining Friday the 13th movies. I didn't say, look, it's one of my favorite. I didn't say it's the best. All right? It's a disaster of a movie that I enjoy thoroughly. It's a Friday the 13th movie with the aesthetic sense of Xenon of the 21st century. And that's right up my alley, so how dare you?
glad.
Which is the best? Best film? Probably Part 6. Part 6 feels the most like a real movie with a plot and things happening. A lot of the early ones are quite meandering, and it's just kind of people in the woods walking around and they get killed. I also like 4. I like 4, and I like 5, even though Jason isn't technically in it. But 6... I see myself. Are we back? Cool beans. There we go. Do. Other people confirm. You can hear me. Can you reload and see if my refresh? Cool beans. I have no idea what caused that. I didn't even get anything on my end. Anyway, continuing.
Want them to do in Satan's world is giving them large amounts of money. Failed business owner right here, okay, bailed out of debt by Rothschild, funded by Soros. Nothing about Trump is uncontrolled. This is a satanic puppet and abomination to God.
Jason X is on Tubi. Oh, is it? That's a good place to watch it, I guess.
It is
It's free, at least.
Female who is pretending to be a male. It's no wonder that Satan got those who were
How does she feel that Trump is incredibly anti-trans?
organizing this protest
How does she, like, reconcile
to
that?
cancel because I was coming to say these things.
Accidentally based for criticizing Trump? No, because she's criticizing him for nonsense reasons.
Right to all of these local Trump supporters.
She's not actually upset with any of his policies.
And, well, once real humans find out that this is a girl pretending to be a boy, they stop following them. If they're lying to you about something so fundamental as what sex they are, there's no saying what else they are lying to you about. And once you start to take part in a great deception, like Trump is, from generational families that force their own children to live life as the opposite sex, they've sold their soul to Satan. How you do that is by inverting yourself and living life as an abomination to God. And these families that have run our world for thousands of years take part in this satanic ritual abuse. This is a literal flesh.
She called out that he's consistently bailed out his failing businesses. I wouldn't consider that based. That's just like a reality of the situation. I wouldn't call that based.
Okay, when you
And she's also trying to link it to the Rothschilds, so no.
stop living the life that your creator
You want me to look up defamation in Black's Law? Okay. What's her tattoo say? Forever and ever.
intended, the life that is in line with your soul, you go away from the creator and you get closer to the deceiver and you get used as a literal flesh puppet. So when you watch these presidential debates,
Some people like to be used as flesh puppets, for the record.
you're literally watching Joe Biden on one Satan's hand as a puppet and Trump as the other. And Satan is sitting there squabbling back and forth with himself, manipulating you into
Defamation. Slander, accusation, dishonor, disgrace, shame, and later legal action taken against someone for libel or slander. Slander, accusation, to spread an evil report of, to dishonor or disgrace by proclaiming widely, to calumniate, malicious or groundless harm to the reputation or good name of another by making a false statement to a third person.
Well,
do we have forced feminization on the bingo card? If so, yes, because she was saying they do this to kids from birth or something. Where's forced femin... Oh, there it is. 92.
supporting Trump. The New World Order Trump card is no different than any other president before in that she is
Nice, Mosloff.
completely controlled
Thank
by
you.
Satan. She has her face on a Zionist coin. If you haven't seen my Transvestigation 101 video, you should check it out. You will see that the first laddies are males. There's Satan in a dress. And your eyes will be opened to the truth. Please stop supporting these abominations to God. These fake heroes that you are given so that you will be pacified. I don't put my hope in any of Satan's puppets. That is stupid. They're there to win your trust and ultimately screw you over. Trump doesn't care about you. Trump doesn't care about humans. Trump is one of the puppets of those who are farming humans, okay? So I don't put my trust in any of these clowns. I don't put my hope in them either. So many people have said, oh, if you don't believe in Trump, then you're hopeless. No, because I never put my hope in this clown to begin with. My hope is in me. My soul came here to change the world, and I am doing it.
Oh, delusions of grandeur. Those are always fun.
My hope is in people like you who are, like me, on the same path. We are making a better world, a golden age. My hope is in us doing that together. Not in any of these fake clowns who get off on deceiving people by wearing different masks and pretending to be something that they are not.
Coming is coming. Grab your guns. Stack
And just her shooting. She knows her audience. She knows her audience. So yeah, that's Queen Inanna. She still makes content regularly. Although it's less yikesy. She's kind of just gotten into self-aggrandizing things a little bit and her doing basic activities and vague spirituality. She's gotten into chess, so she does, like, chess videos. But yeah, she hasn't done the in-depth transvestigation stuff in a while. She's just gotten into vaguely biblical woo-woo. So that's fun. Anyway, let's move on. How's Daniel Pratt doing?
Alright, good morning, folks.
I'm just going to mark Flat Earth first, since, of course, this video is about Flat Earth.
Just want to touch a little more on what I was talking about yesterday. I guess that's why I made that video, because it's really eating at me. You know, you can pray on it, that's all you can do. But, I apologize, I usually try to wear stuff without logos, but I get my stuff from the thrift store, so you take what you get. But today, yeah, I want to talk about it again. You know, one of my favorite topics. Why is
Has he aged 10 years since we last saw him? Basically.
Earth matter?
He is not doing well.
Why does planet Earth matter? You know, I mean, other than the bleeding obvious that what kind of world are we living in where the truth just, what does it matter? That question has always just blown my mind. What do you mean, what does it matter if the people running your world tell you the truth or not? Especially about something seemingly so irrelevant and innocuous. See, because the thing is, they know that it's anything but. It's the entire foundation of what we've allowed them to build, this disgusting society that we all experience daily around
Oh, he's doing really bad.
us, where now people, manners and just common politeness are a thing of the past, along with customer service and everything.
It feels a little boomery, the customer service thing. I know he's just Gen X, I think, but it comes off as boomery.
Those my age.
I don't know if he actually voted for Trump. I think I was mistaken before when I said he was a Trump voter. I think he's one of the, like, non-partisan conspiracy theorists that just distrusts anyone in power.
Used to enjoy in our previous life, pre-internet beast system, worst invention ever world.
And he's decided to come online and tell you all how much the internet sucks. That's not a fair criticism. That's a little close to, you criticize society, but you also participate in it. Withdrawn.
So, you know, why does flat Earth matter? Why is You know, I wonder how many people doing all these videos now that are finally figuring out that we're screwed, that the New World Order's a real thing, and America's the last country they have to take down. America's
the main character of the world.
Model for the New World Order. Forced integration. Are we figuring out how well it doesn't work yet?
I'm sorry, are you talking about racial integration? Please tell me you're not talking about that. Oh no. Is he super racist? How has this not come up before?
Well, just call it what it is. Balkanization. So, why does Flat Earth matter? Because once again, we wouldn't be going through all this if y'all would listen to us. Do some very simple science.
I feel less bad for him now. I actually felt bad for him coming into this video, because, like, yeah, he's delusional, but, like, it's clearly exacerbating, like, already existing stressors that he has going on with, like, money and how society is going. We all have frustrations about that stuff. But yeah, I feel less bad about him particularly now.
Science of pouring
global integration, not racial? Who calls it global integration?
Water in containers, recognizing it's always flat and level at the surface, and that doesn't magically change when they throw words like gravity and some crazy-haired, cross-dressing lunatic named Einstein at ya.
Wait, does he think Einstein is trans?
And totally convince you are on a whirly-twirly rocket ship ball traveling through a vacuum with no barrier between it and you. So why does Flat Earth matter? Because it allows you freedom. It frees you from the baseline of a
You don't sound very free. It kind of sounds like you've enslaved yourself to an idea that's making your life and mental well-being worse and worse as time goes on. You don't sound very free to me, is all I'm saying. You know, the ranting in the garage, not a great look.
Completely insane world model. Not only insane, but impossible.
Just because Einstein had amazing legs doesn't mean he's trans. I've literally seen transvestigations of Einstein where they look at that picture. It's like him on the beach, I think, and his legs are out, and they're like, look at his feminine ass legs. So, you know, people actually believe that.
Possible. From the Big Bang.
Hold on, I'll see if I can pull up the picture. Yeah, it's this picture in particular I've seen transvestigated where they're like, look at those feminine legs! I guess.
To evolving from pond scum, fish, frog, tadpole, monkey's uncles. And thus, we end up where we are now.
Vault Gus, thanks for following.
Where we've been our entire lives. It's just more painfully obvious now that we are all just debt slaves. In one manner or another. Slaves. All of us. So fuck your reparations and all your bullshit. We are all...
Wow, he's just like venting every grievance he has. Holy shit.
Slaves. Right now. So I don't care.
Please don't compare people being in extreme debt to chattel slavery. Extreme debt is terrible, and our society incentivizes people to get in debt over their heads. I don't disagree. But to compare it to chattel slavery is to completely misunderstand chattel slavery. So maybe don't do that.
Care about your grandpappy's struggles. Sorry to break it to you, because I'm a fucking slave. You're a fucking slave. And the sooner you can accept that and either decide to do something about it or not, we'll all be slaves. And it's as simple as saying, no, I'm not going to go to work today and work for these beast system building, satanic pedo, disgusting demons or not. Just no. No! That's all it takes.
So is he not working? Because he, last I checked, was a security guard, which is scary enough on its own that he has any authority over anyone in any building ever. But are you just not going to work now? Because you think it's part of the beast system? Because that wouldn't be very good. That would probably contribute to your financial issues if you're not working intentionally because you're afraid you're helping Satan.
Because you know what? You seen that little kung fu robot video going around? You better pray that's AI, and it sure doesn't look like it is.
Did he get fired? I have no idea. I haven't seen any sort of video about it.
Because that's some chop suey robot.
Yeah, we can do doesn't understand their problem is capitalism on the bingo card. Doesn't understand their problem is capitalism. Just a Peach with a $1 tip says, I sold the similar sandals to one Einstein was wearing in the early 2000s. They were real leather with leather soles. Oh, nice.
Robots, Robocops coming at you soon enough. Good luck with your guns. That's why Flat Earth has always mattered. That's why they allowed people like Patricia Steere and that whole clusterfuck of crypto con men.
Patricia Steere was a flat earther. I don't know if she still is, but she left the community because she was constantly getting sexist comments, because there's not a lot of women in the flat earth community, at least not as, like, figureheads. She was, though, so she got a bunch of sexist comments, transphobic comments. She's not trans, but she got transvestigated a lot. And they also continually accused her of working for the CIA, including for reasons up to Patricia. The last 3 letters of Patricia are CIA, so she must be working for the CIA. So being a woman in these in these conspiracy circles where there's mostly men around does not seem to be a great place to be.
Robbie, all of them, to turn it into a complete and utter social shit show. And why people like myself were attacked.
Green guy with a $3 tip says, I think I'll just not work now. Freedom! Until you run out of money.
And you people don't know half the shit I dealt with in regards to Flat Earth. No one knows but my family. Because it's such a crazy, ridiculous thing, right? Yeah. My audience knows better. So, and then it's again, we'll always disagree on this, myself and others, but it's another reason I went on about the fake stuff, and it was kind of just the last straw. All the real stuff that is coming out about the Kirks and their connections and all this Erica Kirk, that's psycho. You people that...
Oh my god, he's into the Erica Kirk shit, too.
Constantly say, oh, look, no tears, no crisis actor.
Oh, I knew it was a retirement joke from Green Guy.
You know what? Those are also the exact same traits of a fucking psychopath. That bitch is a psychopath.
She may or may not be. I don't think she gives a shit about her dead husband. I also don't think she was involved in killing him, though, which is what people like Candace Owens are implying. We might have to do another Candace Owens stream soon. She's starting a whole new series that seems to, based on the teaser, imply that Erica Kirk was a part of the plan to kill her husband. She's probably gonna catch a lawsuit from that, if I had to guess.
Not a crisis actor! I mean, do you people not comprehend or even consider the possibility she was planted like Sharon Stone in fucking Total Recall?
It's a great movie. That's an interesting reference to pull in this particular case. In Total Recall, if you've not seen Total Recall, which you should, it's a great Paul Verhoeven sci-fi movie. I love Paul Verhoeven. Anyway, in that movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger has been brainwashed into a new life with a new identity, and he doesn't know it. And Sharon Stone is put there as sort of his handler, and he thinks she's his wife.
And she was all up in that motherfucker's whatever you believe it was. Sorry for my tongue, but I promise you Jesus understands my righteous indignation with this fallen world.
Jesus says you can swear as a treat.
And the complete and utter shit show bullshit stage play of lies we're constantly having shoved down our throats. And all the people just now coming to realize it and have called us this and that for years are coming to the realizations of what all us crazy flat earthers said for years. But still think they're on a whirly-twirly fucking ride through vacuum space on some grand destination. All these people, the American dream is dead. Guess what? Space is the next fucking bullshit lie they're trying to sell you morons. And you just keep gobbling it up.
Oh, he's really mad. I'm really concerned he's gonna lash out. He's clearly become so misanthropic, blaming everyone else for not seeing what he sees. I'm afraid he's going to snap and take it out on the general public at some point. Not saying he definitely will, but the trajectory he has found himself on concerns me deeply. Bittergrin with 100 bits says, Jesus doesn't care about your swearing. It's taking his name in vain that he hates.
Remember, the Bible says don't be quick to anger. So it's been building up for a while. Watching all this.
I'm not sure where he lives.
After 10 years plus of listening to people say, why does it matter where we are and why we're really here and who our true father is and what he expects of us? All these geniuses are the same people for years. What does it matter? Still gotta go to work tomorrow. So do I, asshole. Because you can't open your mind and you are clueless to any truth. Because you're clueless to your Father in heaven.
Again, most people in the United States are Christian. What are you mad about? Like, the majority of Americans are Christian. They already agree with you on that.
You don't need me to prove it. Look in the mirror and go look at our society.
Harold Elbelman says, Ohio or Wisconsin, whichever place Hannah and other Michiganders say is hell on earth. People from Michigan hate people from Ohio. I think we're fine with people from Wisconsin. They send us lots of good cheese. Just right across the lake there.
Who am I talking to? If it applies to you, then it applies to you. And I promise you, you're not immune to all of it. Because I sure as hell ain't.
Hannah mentions cheese on the bingo card. I did do that. I want cheese so bad. Where is Hannah mentions cheese? There's me mentioning Blu-rays. Not that, though. Hannah mentions cheese. Cool.
But anyways, just thought maybe, you know, I'm sure many of you are feeling the same frustrations after
Just a Peach says he lived in Washington State and moved to St. Louis. Okay.
fighting to get this truth out, seeing how vehemently they attacked
No, me mentioning the space does not count as Blu-ray.
it, corrupted it, and turned it into a fucking clown show, shit show, to turn it back into the absolute nothing it is today. Just little pockets of bullshit. And once again, you know, you all know that wasn't the ultimate truth, and that's where it led me. So I keep praying for these what does it matter people, and hope they figure it out. God bless y'all. Keep on.
Just a Peach also says he had to move in with his sister-in-law about 4 years ago. Oh, that explains a lot.
Keep on.
Jesus. He's a terrible person with terrible views, but I hope things get better for him, because very worried he's going to take it out on some other people. Okay, guess who it's time for? Everyone's favorite.
Welcome back to Wretched Recess. I have several things to say about this couple right here. I have always been a reader, and I don't know what prompted me to think about these books that I used to read when I was little. There are some books from my childhood that I have very vivid memories of reading.
This actually isn't a Transvestigation video.
And I remember reading...
This is a gay frogs video.
This series of books at school, like when we had library time. And I don't know what made me think of these recently, but I started thinking about them, and then I said, I need to check these out. So I went to my local library, and now that I'm saying this out loud, it's creepier than it sounds, but I went to the children's section and I found all of these books, okay?
I don't think it's weird to go to the children's section in a bookstore if you're looking for nostalgic books.
And I have them here. So we're going to take a look at them. We have Frog and Toad Are Friends. Frog and Toad Together. Days with Frog and Toad. Frog and Toad All Year. Days, weeks, months, all year long. Frog and Toad all year long. That's a frog snowman. Very clever. While I was at it, I also found a couple of other books by the
Green Guy says, frogs go both ways. Like too many men, they will... Like too many men, they will... I don't know... Wait, what? Like too many men, they will change sex. There are frogs that do change sex. I know that from Jurassic Park.
This author, and Uncle Elephant is a doozy, let me tell you. Uncle Anything is a weird name. We also have Owl at Home and Mouse Soup. So, like I told you, I remember reading these books when I was a kid, and...
You're not going to believe the first justification she has for them being gay.
From a kid's perspective...
Or at least one of them, I don't remember if it's the first.
Frog and Toad were friends. They were like best friends. They tell us right here, Frog and Toad are friends.
God damn it, Phoenix. You guessed it.
Going back and reading them as an adult, you pick up on a lot of other things, right? I think when I was little, I thought Frog and Toad, you know, when you're a kid and you're reading books, I just thought they were like kids or something. But when you read it as an adult...
Does she mention Bert and Ernie? She must have mentioned Bert and Ernie at some point, right? I don't know if she does in this video, but at some point she must have mentioned that, right?
Like, oh, Frog and Toad have houses and they do their yard work. And you know what I mean? Like they are doing, they have adult responsibilities throughout these books. And they love to spend all of their time together, right? Now, I am not gay hating or gay bashing or anything like
Yes, you are! What do you think this is? I'm so confused.
Like that in this video. My channel, Wretched Recess, was created so I could point out creepy things that were made for kids.
Thinking that gay people are creepy is homophobic. These characters aren't even gay, though I'm sure some people ship them. It wouldn't surprise me. Bittergrin says, I'll ship it. See, there you go. People will ship anything. But gay people aren't creepy. You're creepy.
Creepy things aimed at children, right? And like, I owe Netflix an apology because, you know, I like to get after Netflix with all of their brainwashing and indoctrination and agenda pushing, but really this stuff has been happening for long before Netflix. And I'm going to walk you through some of these Frog and Toad books. So we can look at the illustrations and some of the queer subcontext, and I learned a new term, queer coding, I wasn't that familiar with. So let's just...
You seen a Disney movie?
Let's go ahead and take a look. I don't think I can read them.
They are actually gay. The author wanted to write stories about his ideal relationship. That's incredibly based, and I can't believe she actually picked up on it. That's hilarious.
Copyright purposes, not that this channel makes any money, but I just don't want the channel to get video or channel to get pulled down. Okay. So,
God, I want her channel to get deleted. She's terrible.
In case you are unfamiliar with this term, queer coding is when a character's sexual orientation is implied by significant subtext without being stated outright. Basically, they are coded as being queer rather than being queer out loud. So, there's a lot of queer coding.
Just a Peach says, Burton Ernie she thought was trans. Of course she does.
Throughout these books that we're going to look at. And just in case anybody's new here, this would be a hell of a video to watch for your first one. But yeah, indoctrination is basically a form of brainwashing. It means teaching someone to accept a set of beliefs without questioning them. And this can be done through like mass media, TV.
Yeah, this is the gay agenda on the bingo card. Let me see, bingo card. The gay agenda.
Picture books, you know, agenda pushing when every single show has the trans people, or, you know, it has to have a lesbian couple.
Yeah, that's not indoctrination. That's inclusivity that you don't like.
This isn't
like, are you crazy? This genuinely seems crazy. You think that any time a queer character exists, it's indoctrination because you in particular don't like it? Kinda sounds like you want to indoctrinate people by not allowing them to have representation because you don't want your worldview to be questioned. You see the thing? She's doing the thing.
Indoctrination. Whether or not you believe, like, okay, there needs to be representation, but when it's every single time.
It's not. Most shows do not have trans people. Most shows barely have gay people. What are you talking about?
Then it's a form of, then you're pushing agendas, then it's indoctrination, right? So, Frog and Toad are friends, Peep the teapot, and the teacups, and like...
Thanks, Miss Andrew.
Frog and Toad are the unsexiest gay couple of all time. I'm sorry.
Well, that's just mean. But do you find other gay couples sexy? That's fine. Seems weird for you.
More on that later. Let's look at the book.
Wretched Recess Yowie arc. Let's go.
But I feel like there are more than one instances of tea drinking that I got through these books.
Like, this is a bizarre... Like, what decade is she from that she's like, haha, tea? That's gay. Like, other than water, I'm pretty sure tea is the most drank beverage in the world. So it's kind of a weird thing to think.
He looks like a big queer.
She's got the brain of a middle schooler from 1983.
In these books, there's like several different stories.
Bittergrin says, I'm very gay and I love tea. So there we go. It's confirmed.
In this one, we have Spring, the story, A Lost Button, A Swim. That one is particularly interesting, and The Letter.
There's a part 2.
Hi, everyone. Please watch part 1 first. I just posted this, like, literally 12 minutes ago. This was only supposed to be one video, and anytime I laugh or get excited or something, my finger slips, and I clicked off of the video by accident. So part 1, we talked about indoctrination real quick.
Isn't iced tea super popular in the US? Yeah, it's pretty popular. Sweet tea, which is also iced tea, is really popular in the South, I think.
We talked about gay subtext and the concept of queer coding, so watch that one first, and now this is part 2. I am not going to walk you through every part of these stories.
She couldn't edit these two videos together. She's lazy.
For copyright reasons, and just, I think you'll get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Peep the teacups and the teapot. We know that that's symbolic. And
of what? What is it symbolic of? Just a Peach says they're just a pair of country British dudes, so lots of tea and strolls around their cottage.
With me, because not only are we talking about how these two are secret gay lovers, but I did some digging, and we'll talk about that in just a bit. Let's go through the stories and look at some of the illustrations first. Okay, so in these Frog and Toad books, they are broken up into short stories. We have these ones right here. You guys can read. I don't have to read the titles to you. What I mostly want you to pay attention to are the illustrations I'll be showing you. Look at that.
Quasispec says, the video is especially crazy because she's learning media analysis basics that a person would hopefully pick up in their 20s, and learning is great, but she's just learning this for the purpose of being a bigot. It's wild. She's fascinating. This is why I like watching her, because it's like watching a person who hasn't matured since like the first year of middle school, but they're in an adult body. It's so bizarre. She has such weird mean girl energy, and she funnels it entirely into conspiracies about children's media. It's just bizarre. I've never seen anything like it. Even Hans Wormhat, isn't as interesting as this. It's just so weird. What does she get out of this? I don't get it.
Look at that mushroom. Now that we mention illustrations, I'm sorry. That was not even planned. I just noticed the shape of that mushroom.
Is she implying it's a penis? Because that doesn't look like a penis. If you know someone with a penis that shape, they might need some reconstructive surgery. What in the world?
This is ridiculous.
That's not even the proportions of any penis I've ever seen in my entire life.
And then look at Frog is.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. My wife made me hash browns with cheese. She's so nice.
Just a big queer. I mean,
what is her problem?
Please. I can't. So in this first story, Spring, I'm not going to go through everything, but Frog goes over to Toad's house. One of them is always in bed, and the other one goes into their bedroom. Look at this. You'll notice that Frog and Toad are always super close and chummy, and I think I said this in part one. As a kid,
what would be wrong with them being close to each other, whether or not they're gay? Friends can be close to each other. Why are we demonizing male friendships?
You're reading this, you just think they're best friends. They're just friends. They tell us Frog and Toad are friends, but looking at it through, the eyes of an adult now, it's a lot different. That story ends with them skipping off, together into the sunset. Now we're on the next one, and now this time Frog is in bed. Check out Toad with the teapot and the teacups. You're going to see that as, repeating through these stories. We've already seen it 2 or 3 times, and the video just started. Toad made Frog a cup of hot tea. It's very important in these stories. All right, this next one is about a lost button, but just look how close these two are always standing together.
Again, they're just standing next to each other. This is not queer coding. There may be queer coding in these books. I've never read them, and people have said that it was the intention of the author. Great. But standing next to each other isn't queer coding. What are you talking about?
And they're very, very chummy and physically just right up next to each other. in most of the illustrations. Toad is upset because they were
Need to social distance so we don't catch the gay. Puka the Duka, thanks for 63 months.
on this walk, you know, on the trail
Oh,
together.
that's a sub baby. This sub baby's name will be Cody Queer.
And Toad lost a button from his sweater, so he's really overreacting here, but good thing Toad knows how to sew. So he is
She's really lost her marbles, hasn't she? I don't know if she's ever had them.
sewing the button back on his jacket, and here he has no shirt on, and Frog just looks as elated as one can be. And in the next story, they go swimming, and we get to see a little more skin in this one. Look, very strange. They decide to strip and go swimming.
Ma'am, they're frogs. They're cartoon frogs without genitalia. They can take their clothes off, it's fine.
No extra cost for this illustration here. I won't charge you any extra. That's free of charge. There's a snake in this one, and the snake crawls out of the grass. If Toad looks funny in his bathing suit, said the snake, then I, for one, want to see him. Poor Toad. He didn't want anybody to see him in his bathing suit. That is actually a cute picture. And then they all laugh at him, which is so mean. Even Frog.
You're also laughing at him. Do you understand that you're the people laughing, but real instead of a cartoon?
All right, this is the letter, and just notice, like, when you have a best friend, like, do you sit this close to your best friend?
Yes. What, have you never had a friend before? Have you never had a friend before?
Just like always right next to each other like that. Oh my God. So in this story, Toad was sad because he never gets mail. So Frog wrote him a letter. And I don't know if you saw in that last picture, he hands it to a snail, like, snail mail. And this is how they're waiting for the letter to arrive. It's very romantic. That's insane, right? Like, come on now. And this part killed me. Frog and Toad waited a long time. 4 days later. They were together for 4 days, and then the snail delivers the mail, right? The snail mail. Noticing the swirl there.
It's a snail. Have you seen snail shells? Is nature in on the conspiracy?
I don't have any more words for that. Let's move on to the next one. Can you guys?
We're halfway through the stream, by the way. If you like the stream on YouTube, consider hitting the thumbs up button. Helps a lot. If you like the stream and want to support it, you can always use super chats, bits, subscriptions, or memberships.
See this? It's a really small picture on the inside cover of the book.
They're playing leapfrog. They're frogs. Well, one's a frog, one's a toad, but you get it. It's clearly it's a pun.
I'm sorry. It is funny though. Like, this is insanity.
It is insanity. I'd agree.
Reminds me of the time years ago I had a friend who lived in Los Angeles, and he drove me
Liveware Problems 420 says, Toad and Frog used to get all the ladies, but after DuPont spilled some BPA into their pond, they got a lot closer. Alex Jones told me.
Through Boys Town, and they were all giving each other piggyback rides. Like, that's exactly what this reminds me of. It's so gay. I mean... I don't know if I can make this video anymore. I haven't had a romantic, like, evening like this in maybe ever.
Toads are frogs, but frogs aren't toads. Okay, in my head. They are frogs, then.
And these two are just living their best lives. I love it for them. Acorn. Doesn't that mean something? We're going to have to look that up, because someone remind me. I feel like that's definitely symbolic of something. Okay, here we go. So this is Frog and Toad together. We have a list, the garden cookies, dragons and giants, and the dream.
Altered Undying. Thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs.
We start off with Toad in bed, and I'll just skim through these and show you guys the pictures that matter. I do like that Toad wrote...
Oh yeah, spurious symbology is evidence for the acorn thing. She didn't even have anything in mind. She just was vibing it. Spurious symbology is evidence. Look, I saw an object. It must be secretly hiding some connection.
His to-do list, and the first thing was wake up. And he crossed it out. That's cute. But notice, go to Frog's house. Take a walk with Frog. Eat lunch, take a nap, play games with Frog. It's all about Frog. Here he's writing the list. Notice the teapot once again.
Oh, I'm sorry you're having a hard time, Altered Undying, but I'm glad you're part of this community, and it's always good to see you.
All right, so he got dressed. He goes over to Frog's house. They spend the day together. They're watching the sunset, and isn't that so romantic?
Yeah, we can check the bingo card soon.
I'm not trying to be a hater. It's just, I do...
You're always a hater. It's your primary, like, personality trait.
Upset when things are just geared towards kids, and there's nothing we can do about it, right? And this has been happening now for a very long time.
Hey, Ram Ranch
Cookies.
survivor.
Notice we don't really see many other characters. We had those other little, you know, creatures when they went swimming, but it's usually just Frog.
Green Guy says, I made bread pudding with raspberry preserves. I love bread pudding.
Frog and Toad spending all their time together. This is kind of interesting. Here's an illustration. You know, once we get into occult symbolism and talking about mirrors, and they're holding a book that says fairy tales. I just thought this is an interesting drawing. Snake again. Pay attention to what I'm about to read here. And I'm happy to know a brave person like you, Toad, said Frog. He jumped into the closet and shut the door. He jumped into the closet and shut the door. Toad stayed in bed, and Frog stayed in the closet. Toad stayed in the bed, and Frog stayed in the closet. They stayed there for a long time, just feeling very brave together. If that isn't the gayest thing you've ever read, then I don't know.
Oh, you underestimate the level of gay things I've read.
What is, okay? That
You need to up your game if you think this is the gayest thing ever. Jesus Christ.
is crazy. He jumped into the closet and shut the door. Toad stayed in the bed, and Frog stayed in the closet. They stayed there for a long time, just feeling brave together. Okay, kudos to people who go through the gay struggle, but this is a children's storybook. And I find that pretty inappropriate here. Okay?
No child! Whether that is an intentional innuendo or not. I'm gonna say not, but who knows? Because the author, again, apparently was putting some queer coding in here. No child would pick up on that. It's like when Animaniacs or Shrek might have an adult joke that goes over children's heads. It's not necessarily for them, if that was even the intent.
I do a lot of community theater, as I've mentioned in other videos, and there's a lot of gay people in community theater, and Frog
How do they deal with you?
and Toad would fit right in here. Who is that? Toad is on stage. Frog is in the audience. Looking very flamboyant today. Frog is loving it. Oh dear. He's just admiring his partner on stage. And it turns out that was just a dream. Guys, I'll quickly go through the last two. This is Days with Frog and Toad.
Oh my god, there's still 20 minutes left.
Days, weeks, months, years, eternity.
I'm gonna call it on this video. I think we've gotten as much entertainment value out of that as we're going to. She just is bizarre. She's incredibly weird. Let's see what else we have. Oh boy, we have a new update from Sky Prince. Now remember, the last time we heard from her, she had said that MedBeds were going to be out, I believe, in February. We're at the end of February. No MedBeds. So it's time for excuses.
Hey guys, how are you? I know you're all extremely frustrated, as am I. And I shouldn't be.
This definitely isn't my fault for lying to you constantly. I'm very frustrated along with you. She's the shittiest scam artist. I hate her so much.
Because I teach. Don't be frustrated. But you know what? At the end of the day, we're all human. And
the comments are turned off on this video, by the way.
This promise of a better future.
Guess she really doesn't want any feedback. She's a teacher. She's a scam artist. So she promotes the MedBed scam and stuff, but she doesn't charge for MedBeds. She claims that in order to use the MedBeds, you need to be on a higher frequency level. You need to be in tune with your, like, inner energies and stuff. So she charges people for classes to get them in the state where they'll be ready for the MedBeds. It's a little convoluted of a scam, but it is a scam.
It's like the bait on the end of a fishing line. You know, we all eye it off and it's beautiful and wonderful and pain-free and all abundance and wonderful technology and freedom with our families and, you know, just absolutely amazing, amazing future. And then every time you're about to take that bite, it gets ripped away from you and you end up starving another day. And it's just, it's a real mind game that the white hats are playing with everyone.
How does she not feel like a terrible person for doing this to vulnerable and sick people? Like, she's so casually talking like, oh yeah, those white hats, completely distancing herself from the moral, like, the moral decay she is showing by lying to these people for years. It's disgusting.
It really is. And it's not good, it's not healthy, and I kid you not, the white hats have got a lot to answer for, and I mean...
I will say it's very frustrating listening to her deflect responsibility for this by acting like she's on the same side as the people she's scamming. Yeah, I know you're frustrated, guys. I'm frustrated, too. Again, in order to deflect any responsibility for her own words and actions.
A hell of a lot to answer for. Yes, they are cleaning up the planet, but at what cost? Everyone says, oh, it's always about the children. Yeah, it is, but if we are not in a position to bring up the children, to save the children and bring them up properly, how is it all about the children? How do they have any better future? I mean, look at how children are being brought up these days, to think that they're animals and putting litter boxes in classrooms because of...
Oh, she's promoting that scam story. That was a fake story, so that's good.
Child thinks that they're...
And humans are animals, for the record. We're under Kingdom Animalia, right? We're not plants. We're not fungus. We're animals. We're humans, but humans are animals.
Cat. Yeah. How is that looking after the children? Yeah.
It's not true, so maybe stop lying.
No. If we can't look after ourselves, how the hell are we supposed to bring up our kids correctly? For a good future, for the future that we all envision. One of freedom, prosperity, health.
Yeah, she's in Australia.
Abundance. So it's not all about the children. You know, a great society starts with a great leader.
Oh yeah, that's an old fake story.
And while we have a great leader, several great leaders, working behind the scenes, people in front of the scenes are starving. They're homeless. They're suffering. They're dying. You know, we've all been in this for so long that we've kind of lost our way while thinking and focusing on the prize. The RV, the prize, the MedBeds, the prize. The prize actually is helping your fellow human.
Why are you charging people money to train for the MedBeds then? You're acting like this isn't the main purpose of your channel. People are subscribed to your channel to get news about MedBeds. What is wrong with this woman?
The prize is...
For those that don't know, I don't know if anyone needs to hear this, MedBeds are a scam thing. It's supposed to be like sci-fi technology that any illness you can get into the bed and it looks like a tanning bed basically, but sci-fi. And it'll heal all your ailments. It'll make you younger. It'll do anything you want it to regarding your health, basically. And she's scamming people who are desperate and sick or elderly and want a miracle. And she's claiming that she's in contact with aliens and other government officials that are releasing these sci-fi MedBeds.
Getting homelessness.
Who came up with the idea of MedBeds? Q? No, I don't actually know if Q has ever mentioned MedBeds themselves. I don't think they have. It predates QAnon. It goes back to UFO circles. It started as some sort of alien technology that they think was found in some sort of spaceship the government has, along with other alien technologies. Somehow the idea migrated into the QAnon community, though, and it is quite popular within the Q community.
It's off the street. The prize is getting people healthy out of the sick care system.
I believe sci-fi technology exists on the bingo card, by the way. Technically, she doesn't believe it. She's a complete scam artist, but her audience does, so I'll count it.
The prize is looking after this planet.
You thought Star Trek popularized MedBeds? Star Trek doesn't really have MedBed technology. They have advanced medical technology, but they don't have MedBeds. Stargate has MedBeds. Jason X has MedBeds. There's a variety of MedBed technology in, like, media, in fiction. It exists as a sci-fi concept.
That's the prize. It's not the personal gain. It's the personal gain within the collective. So it's not just about you getting out of your pain or beating cancer. It's about...
Back to tanks from Star Wars, yeah.
You getting out of pain, overcoming your illness.
There you go with Jason X again. I'll never give up an opportunity to talk about Jason X. I refuse.
Or dis-ease to benefit society, to benefit your community.
Did you guys know that there's a... Hold on. Did you guys know that there's a Jason versus Jason X comic book? And they fight, and it's sweet? Hell yeah! Anyway. Oh no, where'd she go?
This is all about the collective. It's not about us individuals, but as individuals, we contribute to the collective. We make the collective what it is.
You can find it digitally online. Unfortunately, it's out of print and has been for a long time, so if you look on eBay, the comics are pretty expensive.
And if we are so suppressed...
Same with Jason versus Leatherface, which is another fun versus comic. Actually goes into sort of like some Jason pathos. Very weird. I like that comic, though.
And in so much pain and in so much financial stress or distress, how can we possibly be our best? We can try, and yes, you absolutely should.
David Cronenberg is in Jason X. Yeah, he's the head of the Crystal Lake Research Facility from the beginning of the movie that takes place in the future of 2010.
But how can we possibly be our absolute best when we're just trying to make ends meet? Just put food on the table, just keep a roof over our head, just keep breathing. Just breathing is a struggle for some people. Look how many wonderful humanitarians we've lost along the way, and that's only the people we know about. So, this can of RV shit keeps being pushed further and further back. Sorry guys, I'm just looking out for snakes. We've got two of the deadliest snakes on the planet on this farm. Tiger snake and eastern brown snake. And they hide in the grass right alongside.
I'm so glad. I'm not, like, afraid of snakes, but I'm very glad I don't live in an area with a bunch of venomous snakes. That sounds horrifying.
This road. So I'm just like... you know, so... I have to really go within and look at myself and really think, what is it that I really want to create for this planet? Not only for myself, but for this planet. And that's freedom and abundance. Now, and health, happiness, you know, all that kind of glorious stuff. Those in charge of this RV and the technology rollout really need to have a good look at themselves. And the reason why this RV can keeps getting kicked down the road all the time is because it doesn't affect
I don't know what RV stands for.
them.
I do not know what she's talking about there. I've not heard her use that before.
They're not homeless. They're not struggling for health.
Presumably it's something to do with med beds and disclosure and stuff, but I don't know what she means by RV.
Despite some claims, they're not. Trust me, they're not. They may appear to be, but they're not. They're not struggling financially. They've got their multi-million-dollar mansions. They've got their million-dollar parties. They've got their buffets. They've got their servants, their chauffeurs, their housekeepers. They've got it all. Yes, it comes
Reveal could be
with risk, but my life, I've had 9 attempts on my life.
Oh, fuck off. No, you have not.
Do you see I have private security? No. I've even had them on the farm, these people. Do you see I have Secret Service? No. You know, do I have a buffet? No. I run a very small horse rescue that I fund through doing classes, spiritual development classes. And I
scams.
Try to make everybody happy while trying to keep my own head above water. I'm pretty lucky. I'm very lucky compared to some. Oh, hello.
What does she grow on the farm? She probably means ranch. Because I don't think she actually grows anything. It's just horses, so that would be a ranch.
Hang on. Hello. Big bull. Yes, you stay there, please. Please, stay there. Yes, hello. Oh, I'm just going to walk past you. Lucky bulls are pretty tame. They're very big and very menacing looking, but they're pretty docile. Thank God. Still very, very scary. These bulls are terrifying when they just stand there and they just look at you with that angry look on their face. Anyway, back to you guys. So, white hats, if you're listening to this, Putin, Xi Jinping, Trump, all the others that I can't pronounce and have no clue about because I don't really follow it. Please spend a day in our shoes. Well, not my shoes, walking up this hill. But please spend a day in poverty, in sickness, with no roof over your head, living in a car or worse under a bridge or in a drain pipe, eating out of a garbage bin, having medical procedure after medical procedure, becoming addicted to pain meds because the pain is so bad, throwing up all the time, can't get out of bed.
Again, it's so frustrating listening to her faux empathize with the issues and problems of her viewers when she is the one actively baiting them and scamming them. This is nuts, and it doesn't seem like she has any moral compunction about this. She just seems like she just vomits this stuff up like it's nothing. It's like sociopathic behavior.
Oh, crap. All the usual. Please spend a day, just one day, in our shoes, and I guarantee you will release that RV. No more waiting for Iraq to become stable. We've done the whole Iraq thing. Come on, it's old. Get over it. Everything's there. Everything's done. Oh, shit, hang on a second. Oh, dear. Oh, 10 more seconds, and I'll be at the top of this hill. Okay. No more waiting for Venezuela. No more waiting.
RV is the Iraqi Dinar scam. Oh, God, is she on that, too? For those that don't know, the Iraqi Dinar scam is a scam / conspiracy theory that goes back to, like, I think the early 2000s. I think that's where it comes from. Anyway, where the idea was you need to buy up all this Iraqi dinar that is in reality worthless, and then there's going to be some adjustment that's going to happen, and it's going to be worth as much as the dollar at least, so you're going to make a ton of money. It's a scam to get people to buy something useless, basically.
Waiting for the next political...
Is that still a thing? Apparently, she's talking about it, so...
event or the next missile. No more waiting for bullshit man-made stories. Oh, crap. That actually true.
Who benefits from that? The people selling them the dinar?
Walking and talking is not a strong point. Let's stop. Let's take a breather. And on top of that, it's about to rain. Okay. I've got Ollie Ollerton's voice in my head. You, weakling. Yeah, screaming at me. Anyway, no more waiting. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for the world to blow up? Are you waiting for every single duck to be in a row? Well, guess what? Even in the perfect 5D, 12D world, the ducks are not in a row. Why?
Dimensions beyond our own on the bingo card for the 5D and 12D. After this video, we'll actually go over the bingo card real quick.
Why? Because you adapt. You survive. You make do with...
Yes, Chromatic Cuttlefish, we have believed sci-fi tech exists.
what you've got, and you make the best of it. The only way to know if all this is going to be successful is to freaking do it. Stop coming up with damn excuses. This is ridiculous. How dumb do you have to be to keep believing these excuses? I'm sorry, but...
She's getting a little too real. You're gonna get your audience too close to figuring it out, Sky.
But everything was done months and months and months ago. Oh, it's going to be the best Christmas ever. Oh, but wait, they're on the other calendar. How many more excuses are we going to choose to believe before we start saying, stop, enough with this shit, just get the damn show on the road, we've had enough.
Yeah, we could do conspiracy theorist tells on themselves for this. Whether she intends to or not, that is what she is doing.
We've had enough. Now, I'm not one, and I've done these videos before, and then I regret them and I delete them. because I'm supposed to be all high vibrational. Stuff it!
Chitara with 50 bits says, the last one of those foreign money scams I remember was the Vietnamese dong scam. A few of my family members fell for it, and now they have a bunch of useless Vietnamese notes, and yes, their cash is actually called that. I did know that. I've heard that before.
Stuff the high
That sucks, though.
vibrational shit.
If something is too good to be true, or rather sounds too good to be true, it probably is. There's no get-rich-quick or get-rich-easy scam. That's not how the world works unless you're already incredibly wealthy and have access to tons of capital.
Sometimes, the hell's on my leg. Sometimes, being the best vibration you can be is setting boundaries. And I've done a lot of that while living on this farm. I kid you not. A bit of grass just moved. There's nothing there. So...
Does Sky have cancer? No, nothing's wrong with her. She's a con artist. She's scamming, like, other people who are sick or elderly.
Enough! No more! Like, what the hell? How much more mental and emotional torture are these so-called saviors of the planet going to put us through, and how much more are we going to put up with? Seriously, how much more mental and emotional manipulation and torture are we going to allow from these, language, bastards to do to us?
She is evil. She is an evil person.
It doesn't make...
This is... Oh, God. It's just so sick.
Sense.
She just doesn't care a lick. She doesn't care about any of the people she's hurting.
It's like being...
She's like having fun, making up a little story and pretending.
Kidnapped.
Does she realize the harm she's doing? Why doesn't she care?
Beaten to a pulp. And then saying, oh, well, yes, I needed that. Yes, it just gives me more time to develop and grow myself. What? Yes, it does give you more time. The more beatings you get, the better you are at dealing with it. But at some point, you've got to say, wait, why? Why am I putting up with being beaten? I deserve better. We are, fact, we are the creators of the new earth. We are the way showers, the light bringers. We are the ones that's leading the transition from dark to light. The soldiers have got rid of
We are young, no one can tell us we're wrong.
Dark. We are the ones bringing this planet into the light. So why, for the love of God, are we being so freaking tortured? So tortured and manipulated mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, psychologically.
So we're all trying to find the guy who did this.
Talk about MK Ultra. This is
MK Ultra on the bingo card. MK Ultra. Where is that one? Do 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 do. Shout it out if you see it. For some reason, I'm having trouble seeing it. I've been pretty good today on finding spaces, for the most part. Terradona, thanks for the 50 bits. 21. There it is. Thank you.
It's just another version of MK Ultra. And we're going along like everything's rosies and daisies.
Is FBI already on there? No.
Oh yes, it gives me more time to work on my project. Huh?
RV equals really vulnerable, i.e. her marks.
Seriously? Yeah, it does. But how much more? How much more time do you need to follow your heart? How much more time do you need to close your eyes and sit down and say, what is it I really want? And then go and do it. It takes 30 seconds. Not years and years and years of torture and manipulation and psychological warfare, not only by the black hats, but the white hats as well. Sorry, let's not call them white hats. They're very dark grey hats right now. How many more bullshit excuses are these very dark grey hats going to come up with to continue holding that gun to our head? That's what they're doing. They're not releasing it, not because they want everything perfect, but because they want to keep an element of...
I'm so sorry to hear that, Shiny Nix. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. It pisses me off when these people scam people so desperate. Because how can you blame someone? Like you said, when you have, like, nothing to lose, like, you're gonna be more open to falling for, like, scams. It's sick.
Power. They say, oh, we give the power back to the people. No, they want to keep an element of power for themselves. Because when they do release that RV, guess what happens? They're no longer the only ones in charge.
What does white hat mean in this context? Non-believers? No. White hats are supposed to be the good guys who are bringing the med beds. Black hats are evil people trying to stop the med beds. It comes from the Western... well, there's multiple steps here. It became a phrase in the hacker communities because there were white hat and black hat hackers. White hat were people who hacked to try and, like, help organizations and stuff. They, like, sometimes would hack into systems and let the company know, like, hey, we were able to do this. Do you want us to come and help you secure your shit? Black hat are people who try to get into systems and steal information or whatever. But that in itself is derived from Westerns, like Western films, where the good guy would typically wear a white hat and the bad guy would wear a black hat. So it's sort of shorthand for good guys and bad guys.
Charge. Their boys club, their elite club, is gone. And yes, that is for the good side as well. Their elite club, gone. Why do you think none of us are invited into Trump's circle? Yeah? Because they want to keep control. They want to keep that element of control. I have way more audience right now. There's my audience. Hello. Mums and bubs. So that's why they don't release it. That's why they come up with all these bullshit excuses to continuously kick the can.
BBS, what do medbeds have to do with the Dinar reevaluation? Nothing intrinsically connects them other than if you're willing to fall for one scam, you're more likely to fall for others. I assume she uses it as a way to pull people into her stuff. If they're already convinced of that scam, they're more likely to fall for her scam, which is more her thing with the medbeds. It's kind of like how in the crypto community, scam artists will sometimes find people who are complaining on the internet that they got hacked, and then they will target those people and say, oh, I can help you, because they've already demonstrated that they're susceptible to social manipulation or being scammed, so they become prime marks for other scammers.
Because they know the moment the RV is released, they are now no longer in control. They have handed it to the people. Humanitarians, mainly, they are the developers of the new world, the new earth. Not the current administration, they're just the cleaners. We are the new administration, and they don't want to hand it over. They can't stand the fact that a whole new breed of people don't want the fame, don't want the money. They want humanity and this planet to be as abundant as it was before. Long before, thousands of years ago. They don't want that because they lose control. They don't want to share. So, very dark hats. Not the black hats. Very, very dark hats. Get off your damn asses and push that button. Release the RV. Get off your ego and actually do.
Just a Peach says, remember, she's in a country with some socialized medicine.
Do what you say you're going to do, instead of coming up with the most ridiculous bullshit excuses why not to do it. We've had enough. We say no more to your psychological warfare against us. The people, the humanitarians, the people who have supported the white hats for years.
This hat color shit is so juvenile. It is literally a black and white view of morality. In the most literal sense possible, it is a black and white morality, which is pretty common to conspiracy theories, a very black and white view of the world.
We've had enough. No more. No more. We're done. We are done. So on that note, I'm going to speed up because it is going to rain. And I wish all of you a wonderful, beautiful day. Bye.
Okay, comments are turned off. What's your audience supposed to think now? What's your audience supposed to think? Jesus. I hate her. We'll check in on her again in the future when she continues to scam people. Because she did her rug pull on the date, and now she's going to build people up again for a new date at some point. She does this all the time. It's a cycle. Jitara says, hang on, make the earth as abundant as it was thousands of years ago. Is this button the white hats are supposed to press going to uproot thousands of years of human civilization? Are we going to go back to being hunter-gatherers? I hope not. I would not survive in a hunter-gatherer society. On the second day, I'd eat the wrong colored berries and I'd shit myself to death. Is there any knowledge on how much she makes from this? I don't know. It's enough to maintain her horse rescue, and horses are expensive, so I guess do the math on that.
Well, hey folks, I just wanted to make a...
Oh, no, we did Super Bowl last time. Let's do an Olympics video.
I'm going to show you some of the things that happened at the Winter Olympics opening ceremony. This wouldn't be the first time that we've seen this New Age, Luciferian, Gnostic agenda in the opening ceremonies of the Olympics. This year it took place in Italy, and as you'll see, there's some quite disturbingly obvious things going on again, where they're pushing doctrines of demons. And if you've seen this channel before, it's like the live from...
Oh, sorry, I skipped ahead. That was so dumb. But also, I need to go over the bingo card real quick, because I said I was gonna, and I forgot. Let me do that real quick. That's not how the internet works. That's not how women work, rather. Sorry, don't know why my brain did that. Predictive programming, conspiracy theorist tells on themselves, MK Ultra, reptilians, thinly veiled anti-Semitism, satanic, psyop, transphobia, sheeple, doesn't understand their problem is capitalism, shilling scamming, vampires, dimension beyond our own, believes sci-fi technology exists, the gay agenda, flat earth, spurious symbology as evidence, Hannah mentions cheese, forced feminization, and ancient wisdom. That's what we have on the bingo card right now.
Things going on again, where they're pushing doctrines of demons. And if you've seen this channel before, these are often very much similar, which is why you can see it is a religion. This is a Luciferian religion of the false light, of Gnosis. And it derives not only from Babylon, from the Garden of Eden itself, which we see like a spiritual element here. You see this guy with wings, and he is playing Cupid. This has a lot to do with ancient Roman paganism and Greek mythology, etc.
It's in Italy. The Olympics are in Italy. And you're surprised that they're referencing myths from their history? Okay.
And he awakens Psyche. And that is a picture in paganism of the spirit awakening the soul, the false enlightenment. Basically like playing out as a performance what the pagans actually believe. Your soul needs to be awakened, have a great awakening by this false spirit, this counterfeit enlightenment. And you see there as we...
Why are you showing chakras? Chakras are not an ancient Roman or Greek thing. What? You're just affiliating things with each other that have no relevance.
Showed they're surrounded by these false gods, and he awakens her as this symbolism of the counterfeit spirit, Luciferian enlightenment, awakening.
What are you talking about? Not everything is about your religion, you narcissist. This is so bizarre. They are not commenting on your religion at all. Bittergrin with 100 bits says the Olympics named for Mount Olympus, or rather Mount Olympus, are using Greek-Roman imagery? Shocking.
And this is what they're trying to present to humanity in their kind of covert way. And they begin this dance together, which is a Gnostic dance. And you see the symbolism there.
A Gnostic dance? What makes it a Gnostic dance?
This, again, just seems so very intentional. So you see that this is not a battle against flesh and blood. This is a spiritual deception. And people have to realize that this beast kingdom and the things that are going on in this world, it's not primarily a battle between flesh and blood. It's doctrines of demons. It's false teachings. God is in control and God is sovereign, as we always say, but you have to understand that this is ultimately a war of the heavens. This is kingdom against kingdom, realm against realm. It's not just conflict on the earth. The Bible talks about this war in the heavens, especially in the book of Revelation and things like that. And so this is what we're showing here, trying to discern kind of what the propaganda is. I believe there's an element here that seems to be talking about that divine feminine and the Gnostic story of Sophia, etc. Apparently in Gnosticism, I don't claim to be an expert, but this...
No kidding! Green guy with the $3 tip says, a year ago I learned art was just to make you feel something. Maybe they don't understand art and have to add their own meaning. Conspiracy theorists have been shown to be bad at pattern recognition. I know that sounds funny because they often make connections where none exist, but they're bad at actual pattern recognition. So I think that is part of it. They're looking at something that they are aware has some significance. You know what I mean? We could watch this and suss out some sort of artistic intent or themes within whatever these presentations are. Conspiracy theorists are very bad at that. So I think that lends to why they come up with all sorts of alternative, insane explanations, because they have difficulty grasping the real, like, signal that's being sent by the symbol. So they come up with all sorts of paranoid delusions about it because they're confounded by the actual messaging.
Spiral can represent like the creation or the solar system or the quote fingerprint of God. So potentially we have that element of this false battle with the demiurge and the goddess figure. She's conducting again, playing God. She's conducting these figures that look...
A woman is a conductor. She must be playing God. No sexist implications there.
Like yin and yangs in their black and white costumes with...
They're clearly music notes. It's about music. She's conducting their music notes. What are you talking about?
The circle on the side. So this is pagan mysticism.
Music notation is pagan mysticism.
And you see these three primary colors.
Like, does he even recognize that they're supposed to be music notes? Like, this is what I'm saying. They have a hard time, like, interpreting the symbols that they're seeing, so they replace it with their own insane interpretations.
Coming in where you see, like, a counterfeit of creation. This is all about their view of a lower level being called the demiurge, which is their blasphemy of the God of the Bible. And she is kind of hijacking that here. She's now...
Yeah, the paint tubes are cool.
Bringing a counterfeit creation as that Sophia mother goddess figure. But then they skip on a bit, and apparently this also can represent that same psyche thing, you know, the soul, singing in the center of this spiral. So really think about what they're pushing here in terms of the Gnostic religion. And I tell you, the Gnostic deception, the New Age, is so central to this Antichrist Luciferian religion that we see time and time again being demonstrated here. So you see, she is once again this kind of divine feminine type figure, is standing right in the center.
She's a woman. Does that mean she represents the entirety of divine feminine? What the fuck?
Of what they would represent in this spiral.
None of the artists were thinking literally any of this. Like, it's like, I'm not going to pretend I know the entirety of what the people who put this show together were thinking, but it's clearly about art. There's like paint tubes and like lots of different colored, like clothed people and like music notes. It's clearly something about like art and creativity and the beauty of that. Like, that's like basic media interpretation 101. It's very blatant what they're trying to do, but for some reason he completely is missing the mark.
As the soul. So they are promoting...
Yeah, the paint tubes are actual props, I think.
The inner light. The light which supposedly can be found inside of you. This is playing God. It's a counterfeit of the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's that quote, light that Sophia, or the Lucifer figure, supposedly put inside mankind.
That's Columbia.
Or the Lucifer figure.
That's the woman from the Columbia Pictures logo, but she's also Columbia, the fictional, like, figure that represented America before Uncle Sam. If you're not familiar with Columbia, look her up.
Supposedly put inside mankind so that they could be enlightened above the God of creation. It's the false light that they teach in Gnosticism, that you must go within yourself to find the light of Christ, or the false light. And it says in those song lyrics, I survived a gruesome fall, so nothing is impossible. So you see how it's like sympathizing with the fall, the Luciferian doctrine, the fall of light, but it's not a sacrificial thing. It is an expulsion from heaven. It is trying to make it seem like this is the savior, this is the rescuer. But you know, in reality, that is a complete turning everything on its head. That's turning darkness for light and light for darkness, and trying to make you think that the rescue from a tyrannical God, a tyrannical creator, falsely depicting the God of the Bible, is through this divine spark that Sophia has allowed or put into humanity so that we can escape the matrix of the demiurge.
Hey, the Matrix on the bingo card. That's a good one. The Matrix. Still not as good as Dark City.
It is Antichrist and against
the director's cut,
the God of the Bible. Because this is the harlot religion. This is all part of that false Babylonian religion that came about after the flood of Noah and the Tower of Babel, and in which all false religions go back to. You've got that, what they say is the two sides. One side is urban and one side is natural. And
maybe rural would be a better name for that.
And they're showing these two opposites and the union of opposites in their eyes, which they think they can really reach this equilibrium or this balance. The two sides coming together, like in a Hegelian dialectic, but reaching...
Oh, I fuck how they use Hegelian dialectic. It pisses me off. Hold on, do I have to show the video?
However...
Nope.
That's not how fucking dialectics works, you stupid cuck! I didn't study Hegel, plus continental philosophy in general, at Harvard for 7 fucking years for some low-life know-it-all who's clearly never fucking read Hegel, as he would know that Hegel has never fucking ever used the terms thesis, antithesis, synthesis to start perpetuating these lies at every single fucking opportunity. This isn't Hegel, my friend. No. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis was thought up by Fichte, and it's clearly inferior to Hegel's dialectical method of immanent critique. Yes, it's called immanent critique, and dialectics is only one part of Hegel's full method, which again is called immanent critique, which you would know if you had actually bothered to read Hegel. It's literally in the science of logic, you dumb fucking piece of shit. I honestly cannot believe the fucking arrogance to come onto this post spouting that anti-Hegel garbage. Where did you get your fucking info on dialectics? Fucking Jason Unruh? Jesus fucking Christ! I cannot deal with this bullshit right now. I'm sorry. I'm leaving. I'm fucking leaving.
Was this an IRL rant that got animated? It was a forum post that was animated.
Higher truth, in which they think when those things merge, they can ascend to a higher state.
You're never reading theory. That's probably the right call. It's just gonna piss you off and make you hate the world.
Just like the lie from the Garden of Eden.
It's very interesting, but it'll depress you.
It is witchcraft. It is paganism. It's a complete rejection of the true Messiah. It's doctrines of devils. It's Kabbalistic. It's Babylonian. And you see there that she comes into this first ring of the Olympics.
This is the Sonic the Hedgehog portion.
They're doing this very ritualistic dance, as you'll see. She, as that quote,
Are there any dances that you don't consider ritualistic? Like, you could broadly, I guess, consider stage dances ritualistic, but the ritual is basically entertaining people, right? It's not significant to what you're saying. They're putting on a show.
Natural one is being elevated up, and on the other side, the technological, urban coming together, and they'll come as a union of opposites, and that is how they think that they can achieve ascension. And it is all a rebellion against God. I mean, why not just accept Jesus Christ?
Why don't you just agree with me, you fucking idiots? I'm so tired.
Why not just accept the real Christ? Why revolt? Why rebel against God and his gospel? Because...
Sir, many people just don't believe the religion you believe. It's not about rebelling or anything like that. You just don't believe your particular beliefs are true. You can have your beliefs as long as you're not hurting anyone. Great. It's not cool to be like, you're a fucking piece of shit if you don't follow my religion. It's a shitty thing to do. Don't do that.
This will lead to hell because it is defying God's truth. It's the worship of false gods of Babylon.
Stonecore Bell with 100 bits says, why do people believe different things than me? It makes no sense. My beliefs are obviously the right ones because they're the ones I believe.
And it's trying to ascend our own way, trying to climb that stairway to heaven, trying to climb that tower and to become like gods. But that is not the truth, because the Father in heaven, he sent his only Son to come to this earth.
Again, sir, I think most people are aware of the basic concepts of Protestant Christianity. It's fine.
He has paid the price for our iniquity against God.
People already know this. Are you a chick tract?
And this is just dwelling and enjoying our fallen
He's looking into the piss lake
state and our sin, and thinking that we can actually climb in another way, bring heaven to earth, and to connect with these fallen gods of old. And these false doctrines...
These aren't verses, this is just stuff he's saying. Bittergrin with 100 bits says, famously, there's no Christians in Italy. Honestly, he might think not. A lot of Protestant Christians who are this far up their own butts don't believe that Catholicism is Christianity, which is hilarious, because there would be no Protestantism if not for the Catholic Church.
Essentially are worshipping the fallen, where you become the center of your own universe in the middle of it, and these rings of the 5 continents of the world coming together as one with this new beast kingdom, where it's one world in a counterfeit unity, in rebellion against God, where man is trying to elevate himself. And it's just so sad to see people fall for this. And this is exactly the religion of this harlot that's leading to an antichrist figure, according to the Bible, who will proclaim himself as God. They sing about bringing a peace, and they have representatives of the United Nations and bringing the world nations together. O flame eternal in your firmament so bright, illuminate us with your everlasting light. Singing about blazing above. You see how this has a connotation of worship of the false God, where people will be deceived who love not the truth and didn't want righteousness. So we come out of that to the gates here, the gate of peace, a victory gate with the European Union stars. Then they come and they start to elevate up with this torch, with this flame, the light bearer.
Profane Priestess with 40 bits says, it's so gross how these people just dismiss all cultures outside of wasps as demonic. It's so arrogant to think that you have nothing at all to learn from the 6 billion people on this planet who aren't Christians. We find that level of narcissism truly baffling, and we think it always will. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's so myopic and close-minded. It's absolutely terrible. Stone Corbell, thank you for gifting a sub. We're almost on a hype train.
And this flame, which apparently has been taken directly from the sun, that's how they actually lit this flame. They lift it up, and in the pagan way, it lights this cauldron like a sun, and the fire ignites. And you see that the emblem on it looks very much like a pentagram.
No, it doesn't!
But yeah, I mean, just blatant paganism, folks. And
everything I don't understand is pagan.
Right there, right in the center of that gateway, that arch of quote-unquote peace, with fireworks now going off.
Sounds like this guy's from the UK, too. Normally this level of crazy is stationed here in America. Kind of surprised.
The dictatorship, the iron, the coming together as one in the beast kingdom, with a harlot religion going straight back to Babylon through the ages. And folks,
feels like there's a profound sexism behind the whole harlot thing, the harlot religion thing.
Counterfeit Christ is being shown. We are really in these times. It's unbelievable to see them unfold, to be honest. Just to see the Bible come to life like it is now. So on the back of that, we know that the Bible is true. It warned us about all of these things.
We know it because it says so in the Bible.
We know that Jesus Christ of the Bible, who died on the cross and shed his blood for our sins, he is the truth. We know that there is a spiritual war in this world. And as we dismantle these doctrines of demons, these false doctrines, and we tear them down to elevate the truth,
creepy apocalyptic cult
to the Bible, I hope that you will see through these deceptions and turn to the only living Saviour, the God-man Jesus Christ. Your sin will separate you from God. You need him to be reconciled with God. He is the only way, truth and life. That is the one thing they don't want you to know. that Jesus paid the price and shed his blood for your sin.
Okay, it's the biggest religion in the world. People are aware of the Jesus thing.
And then rose again on the third day. He's the only way to be forgiven and reconciled to our Creator forever and ever. Take care, folks.
Their entire cosmology is horrifying.
Welcome back, everyone. So today I want to talk about something that I actually have been meaning to discuss for a very long time now. And I see that a few people have been talking about this. So now that there is some familiarity with the topic circulating, and I know that some of you have looked into this and have been wanting me to cover the topic, I figure now is a good time to tell you guys what I know about this. And that is that the Nephilim looked like clowns. I know my friend Tony of the Confessionals had a discussion about this, and there is another great channel, Understanding Conspiracy, where there is a more of a deep dive into the subject. Both great channels, and I recommend you go check them out, especially if you...
Some of the video is AI, but the voice is an actual person.
Want to get a lot more...
Uses AI on the bingo card? Let me actually get that real quick. Pretty sure all that video at the beginning of the guy staring at the clown was AI. Conspiracy theorists fucking love AI, and I hate it.
More information on this. Now, when I say that the Nephilim looked like clowns, and when you think about the clown archetype throughout history, you can probably already think of all the characteristics and personality traits and say, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Especially if you have a good understanding of the history of clowns. For example, think about this. Do you know what coulrophobia is? Coulrophobia is the fear of clowns. The word coulrophobia is rooted in Greek. Phobia meaning fear, of course, and koulro is said to come from the word kolobothrates, which means one who walks on stilts. And a person who walks on stilts looks like a giant. Well, that's it.
Oh, boy.
I can end the video now, right? I mean, what else do you need to know?
You think that's a full argument? Gotta mark giants on the bingo card. Oh, where is giants? It's around here somewhere. Clones. Giants. There we go.
No, I'm going to get into this because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you realize the truth, your life is going to change because there is clown imagery everywhere. Plus, we are in the month of October where we are going to be exposed to a lot of clowns.
Do that many people dress up as clowns for Halloween? I don't think that many. Some people do, but it's not like all the time.
Without makeup. You know, folks, we are living in the age of revelation. And what I mean by that is we are living in a time when many, many things are going to be revealed. And some of the things that were taught to you and you grew up thinking was true, you're going to find out that some...
You heard somewhere that they're trying to get a sequel to Killer Clowns from Outer Space made. I'm not interested if the Kyoto brothers aren't involved.
Some of those things...
Are they even still working? I actually don't know.
...were not true, or at least not the whole truth. So I advise everyone to prepare spiritually for this revelation, because certain documents and ancient texts will be revealed, and certain relics or artifacts will also be revealed. Trust me, I'm not clowning around.
Fuck you. This intro.
So folks, you're going to want to go to the channel Understanding Conspiracy, where they go into much greater depth with this topic. If this is your first time hearing about this, I'm just going to touch on a few things here. The main reason is because this is linked or connected to so many different things in the modern world. It's almost like being shown the Matrix for what it truly is. We truly have been living in a dream world, a very demonic dream world. And like I said before, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And almost everywhere you
Sinister Ronald McDonald
go, you will probably more often than not run into
it's the Joker, baby.
Imagery and representation that originate from Nephilim clowns. Is this connected to the occult? Yes. Is this connected to secret societies?
Oh no, not the Shriners.
Such as the Freemasons? Yes. Is this connected to the circus and carnival? Yes.
Clowns are related to the circus. Good job. Good connection. That's a real one.
Is this connected to the Olympics? Yes. Folks, clowns.
I love the really over, like, dramatic, intense, like, creepy music he has to put over this to make him sound legitimate.
Are connected to the circus, and we've all seen what goes on in a circus.
Oh yeah, Freemasons on the bingo card. Let me get that real quick. Freemasons.
Clowns are also connected to a carnival, and we've all seen what goes on at a carnival. Folks, listen to this very carefully. What is the difference between the Olympic Games and a circus? Where do you think the
people fuck a lot less at the circus?
Gymnastics, long jump, and vaulting competitions come from? Leaping over or onto obstacles was a popular medieval sport. They used to use horses. They used to use poles, ribbons, and rings surrounded by fireworks. Clowns used to do this. They still do. The same things you would see at a circus, you'll see at the Olympics.
I'm sorry, are you trying to claim that the very act of acrobatics in any form is related to clowns and therefore evil?
By the way, clowns have appeared in the opening and closing ceremonies of some Olympic Games.
Okay.
The Special Olympics. The Paralympics opens with acrobats, clowns, and fireworks, folks.
Okay.
Actually, there is such a thing as the Clown Olympics. Look at the last Olympics opening act everyone was
Oh my god, are they still on this?
offended by.
I remember when we covered this last Olympics because they were so pissed off about this.
That mock-up of the Last Supper, right?
It's
What
not
was-
the Last Supper. It's a picture depicting what's the word I'm thinking of? Tableau from an art piece that's about Greek or Roman gods.
Was that other than a clown show?
Dionysus, thank you.
What do drag queens dress up as? Why do you think they always want to involve kids in all of these performances I just mentioned? Everything
We already
I
had transphobia, transvestigation on the bingo
just
card.
said should send chills up your spine. What do a lot of people like to dress up as during Halloween? A lot of people like to wear clown makeup, right?
Ken, that's not like a super, like, I don't know the last time I saw someone dress up as a clown for Halloween.
Among other things.
It happens, but it's one costume out of thousands and thousands of potential options.
But who do people tend to say Halloween is for? Kids.
Trick-or-treating is for kids. Halloween is also an adult thing. People go to special events, they go to haunted houses, they have Halloween parties.
What about Santa Claus and Krampus? What do both of those figures tend to look like? What about Krampus? What is Krampus an eater of?
Krampus is not considered part of traditional American Christmas. It's a Germanic thing that's only become more prevalent in recent years in pop culture due to several movies about Krampus.
Kids. Folks, none of this...
Opinions on the Terrifier trilogy? It's not my favorite slasher franchise, but I can appreciate the work put into the special effects. The guy that plays the clown, Art the Clown, is very good at miming. He's quite entertaining. I think he said some kind of questionable things in real life, though, that were just stupid. But I don't know. They're fine. Adventuresin.net, thanks for a 5-stream streak, says bobbing for apples must be some pagan ritual.
None of it is coincidence.
It goes back far enough that I'm sure pagans did it, so I would imagine he would say that.
Think about Pennywise from the movie It, a clown demon that ate children.
He's an other dimensional being that takes the shape of a clown. He's not technically a clown or a demon.
You think Stephen King just made that monster up?
Yes, he's a writer. That's literally his job. He's made up a lot of monsters in his day, thanks to cocaine.
Some of the most well-known villains in storytelling and real life are clowns.
Green Guy says, I'm going to eat ice cream. I hope it's delicious.
Pennywise, the Joker, that clown from the Terrifier movies, even that Annabelle doll, you know, the real-life one.
That's a Raggedy Ann. Raggedy Ann isn't a clown.
The Raggedy Ann doll.
YouTube seems to be fine. Must be a Twitch thing. I'll wait a second and see if Twitch comes back. Let me see what's going over on Twitch. Well, that sucks. Twitch is having issues today. At least it seems like it's not me, so that's good. Oh, are we back? Good. YouTube was still up. Guess Twitch is having issues today.
It looks like a clown.
Anyway, what I was saying was Raggedy Ann is not a clown. She's a Raggedy Ann.
Why do you think the demon likes that doll so much?
The doll is not haunted. There's no demon in the doll. The people who collect this stuff were hucksters.
I'll give you guys something else. What are clowns? Clowns, especially in folklore or at carnivals, are performers. They are known figures. Everybody around the world knows what a clown is. And they are often...
I don't know if everybody around the world. Western culture has proliferated a lot of stuff. So, like, yeah, I'm sure many people know what clowns are. Many societies have some version of a clown, stock characters with face paint or masks that stand in for certain things and do whatever.
Memorable or feared, depending on the context. They are the heroes of old, the men of renown.
That's a direct quote from the Bible about the Nephilim.
Want me to keep going? Okay, I'll give you something else. Big clothing, big gloves, big shoes, big red hair. Now, what other figures in mythology and folklore have big red, wild hair? The red-haired giants, right?
Syncretism, my favorite. Peep Lord says, sorry, just got here. Did we talk about the 2016 clowns? Because what the fuck was that? Probably people playing a prank and then a bunch of people copying them, if I had to guess, especially once it made it to the news cycle.
Folks, if you look closely at the ancient Native American descriptions of red-haired giants, they were very tall, white or pale skinned with red hair, and they were cannibalistic.
Every society has mythology. That does not mean that mythology is true.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I was just talking
Carrot Top is evil confirmed. I've seen Chairman of the Board. It's been confirmed for a while.
about the Olympics, right? The symbol of the Olympics is that multicolored 5 interlaced rings over a white background. Well, the Freemasons have a 3-ring symbol, as in a 3-ring circus. And the Freemasons also have a multicolored, interlaced, 5-pointed star. And when you go look up what those 5 rings of the Olympics mean, and you go
The
look
red-haired people were not giants. Minuteman has a video on it. Okay, I'll have to check it out.
up what those 5 points on the Freemason star mean, you will find the overlapping similarity and symbolism. You guys want more? Okay, I'll give you something else. And this is really going to blow your mind because of how deep this goes. Cultures around the world had trickster figures. They were sacred or semi-sacred performers who could speak uncomfortable truths through humor. In ancient Egypt, they had dwarf jesters that entertained pharaohs and sometimes mocked officials. It was humor as social commentary. Look at all.
Yeah, that's a thing human beings do. That's just like a general human thing. It doesn't have to come from one particular source. It's in our nature to enjoy comedy and to use comedy to talk about like issues that are hard to deal with in a serious manner. That's just a human being thing.
All the Egyptian gods, a bunch of clowns wearing masks.
The Egyptian gods are not clowns.
They look like clowns.
No, they don't. They look like anthropomorphized versions of animals.
In an old-fashioned kind of way.
It'd be more accurate to say they look like furries.
Look at this. This is the Egyptian god Bes, the god of mockery and protection. In native and African traditions, trickster gods such as Coyote, Anansi, and Eshu use laughter and mischief to expose arrogance and restore...
Was Anansi a trickster god? I thought he wove the world with his web.
balance.
That's not very trickstery. I do admit I don't know a lot about Anansi, though.
The Africans had griots.
You know, the Africans. You know, the continent of Africa? That's all the same culture. He's not racist. Peeplord with 40 bits says, you know what's legal? Using your enemy's phone numbers at the pump to claim their rewards for free gas. Stay cool, tricksters.
Which were West African storytellers. Look at their hats. The Arabic storytellers were the Hakawatis. Look at their hats.
He is a trickster and a creator.
Now look at the hats of circus shriners. Remember the shrine circus? It's either that hat with a tassel or a top hat. The perfect hat to fit over a big head or an elongated skull. Right?
I mean, that depends on the size you make the hat. You could make hats any size. I really don't know what to say to that. There's nothing about fezzes in particular that require a big head. I can't say I understand that one.
Right? Listen, in Greece and Rome, now this is going to freak you out. The Greek god Komos is the god of revelry, which gave rise to the word komodia, the origin of the word comedy. Street performers.
Why is that supposed to be shocking?
Philosophers and satirists like Aristophanes openly mocked politicians and gods. These early humorists or clowns weren't just entertainers, they acted as truth tellers. using jokes to challenge power and taboos. In medieval Europe, the king had a clown jester, and the jester was the only one allowed to roast the king. This holy fool archetype runs straight through to today's stand-up comedy. And even today, comedians are really the only ones who can get away with making fun of people without getting in trouble, right? I mean, there have been instances where people didn't like certain jokes or they were offended, but for the most part, comedians stand up and tell the truth.
Was that incorrect word origin? I don't know. Someone else know?
Through comedy. Folks, I'll give you one more thing. Speaking of clowns with big heads or elongated skulls, these are cave paintings.
Let me look at the origin of comedy. What did he say it was a combination of? Because this says Comos and Odios. Commodios. Did he say that, or did he say something else?
Of the Wangina.
Although this is saying it's a combination of revel singer, which went to Commodios, comic poet, then to Commodia in Greek, and then later in French to comedy. So I don't know.
Now, are these aliens or clowns?
I'll give you word origin, because I think he was relating it to a specific figure, which is not what it says on the etymology that I could find. Incorrect word origin is evidence. Can I see your card then, Jason-Proxy?
You tell me, are they aliens or clowns? Look at this. This is Joseph Grimaldi. This is where the more common modern-day clown look comes from.
You're AFK? Okay, I can't look at it then.
But of course, we know that he didn't create the idea, right? Completely.
Just a Peach with a tip says, the fez is designed to make space for sweat to collect and cool your head. A mini AC for your head. Oh, that's cool.
White face.
Makes sense. They think their origin... Well, I guess I don't know the origin of the fez. I know they're often made in Morocco because of specific dyes that are made there. But...
Exaggerated red mouth, dark eyes, and a bald cap. All features that echo the alien gray archetype.
Peeplord says, since people do the same shit throughout history, do you think there were people 200 years ago collecting cat turds in their houses, sweaty at the ink quill, trying to convince people oceans aren't real? There's always been crazy people and conspiracy theorists to one extent or another, yeah.
Zangaz par de bros piro. Chalk white skin, black ringed eyes, smooth and emotionless features. Pennywise was a clown from outer space or another dimension, right?
Another dimension.
How about that movie Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Remember, we were having these clown sightings almost in the same manner as Bigfoot and alien sightings, right?
No, not really. It was pretty much pushed by the media. It was never really a big issue.
Speaking of Bigfoot, or the wild man.
Though neither is Bigfoot, so.
What did Humbaba from the Epic of Gilgamesh look like? Folks, we could sit here for days talking about the Nephilim clowns of the Bible, folklore and mythology, all the way up to Ronald McDonald. That same dragon-looking, geeked-out face is all over the world in every culture. Always a part of rituals.
You're doing syncretism again.
Needless to say, folks, we live in a clown world. Anyway, that's going to be all for now. Check out Understanding Conspiracies channel. I'll leave that link in the description box if you want to watch more videos about this. Please click the thumbs up button and like this video. Share this video because Halloween is coming up, and I think people should know about the demonic origins of clowns. Please let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Everyone have a great day, and until next time, friends, stay awake, stay aware, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all soon.
Jesus. Well, that guy sucks. Damn, okay. I always grab more stuff than we need for stream. That's it for today. We've been going 3 hours. So I'm just going to gift the sub randomly since Jay's a proxy's away from keyboard. Let's see who gets a sub. Do-do-do-do, Scorpius Jones wins the random gift sub. Cool beans. Alright, so let's see who we're gonna raid. Do-do-do. I do not know who's live. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Love you too, Mr. Blast. And, do-do-do. Hope everyone has a great night. Cirrus is streaming. Haven't rated Cirrus in a while.
Shitty with me.
Alright, have a great night, everyone. I will see you later. And have a good night again. Alright, adios.